who's administering it, like, knows what it is.
Yeah. So here, think of that child, say they were 9 years old, they're going in, and they're getting a shot, right? They're getting a shot in this thing. They don't know if they're getting what? The real thing or a placebo. And they're probably going in there saying, I'm just getting this. That's what they're thinking, right? Second thing is, he goes, even the doctor who is checking the eyes and checking the ears and checking the nose and doing all this, even that doctor didn't know if they were administering what? The real thing in terms of this. So, very good. Those are the best experiments when it's double blind. Someone outside was in control to make sure, handle that so the doctor would have had no idea what they were giving them. Well, anyways, in the end, everyone, all these, if you want to look at these stats, they're available online. That's the one I remember. In this group, 4 died, and here 0 died. But, eventually we said, ooh, we have a vaccine, right, to cure polio. Now, it's basically been eradicated, right, polio, but can you still find conditions of polio on the globe? Yeah, you can even look at it as some small cases where it still occurs. You're like, man, we gotta give them the vaccine, right? Well, maybe someone might be like, no, we can't take that. We don't take that. Or it's against my religion or something like that. But yeah, there's still, you can find some cases of polio on the earth. So, but those are the good qualities of that. So hey, before I race, observational study or experiment, which one can you justify this cause-effect relationship? Experiment, yeah. It's like sometimes you might read a label somewhere, and on the label it says, this may lead to this, like this here, it's on a cigarette package, it says, this smoking may lead to cancer, may cause cancer, and you're like, how were they able to put that there? Well, someone did an experiment. They didn't just do an observational study, people were coughing, right? An experiment was actually done. All right, 1.3. Hey, these first few sections go quick. I'm sure you'll read it. It's some good information. At least click through the e-text. You might find that more enjoyable than just reading a book. It's actually fun. The slides zip through. It's quick too. Oh, I will mention this. Gosh, I almost forgot. So I found out last night this e-text. Remember I said it's brand new? When we contacted them, we're like, man, some of these videos aren't working. And they said to use Firefox browser rather than the Google Chrome. So I've been using Google Chrome browser, probably in the past 3 years, just use it. It seems to be great for everything. But this is the first time I found out that actually, to get some of those videos to work in the e-text, it's better to use the Firefox browser. All right, and I opened up with the Firefox browser and the videos work. I don't want to point that out. This is titled Simple Random Sampling. All right, Simple Random Sampling. All right. Simple random sample. Finally, we're getting to some numbers. So we're going to talk about how to perform simple random sampling. Like in that last example, how do you do things randomly? Well, the procedure is called simple random sampling. And to better understand this, we always use an example. So I'll use an example. Let's say, and when I think in July, what went in effect last year was this whole smoking policy, no smoking now on campus. And perhaps I just want to go out and get a feel from the students, what they think. So I'm going to target all the students at AECC with this question. I'm going to ask them, yes or no, do you agree with the smoking policy? That took place July 1st, 2015 on the campus of AECC. All right, so I'm going to ask them that. Well, simple random sampling, step 1 is, I need a list of every student that attends AECC. And secondly, everyone gets assigned a number. That's step 1. So I'll let you all write that down. That's key. So if I'm going to do simple random sampling, and you heard me like I'm going to go out and I'm going to get asking people this question, what's your think? Yes or no? Agree, disagree with that policy? Well, step 1 is, if I'm doing simple random sampling, I need a list of all names of all students who attend what? AACC. Every name. Second thing is, they all get assigned a what? Number. Now, does it have to be alphabetical? No, but you could make it. You can make it alphabetical. Doesn't have to be, though. So you're like, all right, student number 1 is, maybe like Abel, Dan, and student number 2, Anderson. Betty. There's probably 2 Andersons, right? Anderson. Carl. You go all the way down the list. And let's say there's 15,000 students. Oh, maybe student number, assigned number 15,000 was Zweibel. Frank. All right. There they are. Everyone got assigned a number. We use a spreadsheet to do this, right? But that's what's key. I'm doing simple random sampling. See, everyone gets a chance. Everyone gets a chance. Even that online student who lives in Germany. You're like, why do they care about the smoke about? They're not even here. Well, part of the population. Maybe they're going to be taking a class here next semester. You never know, right? Maybe they're coming back. So everyone's going to get a chance. Now, step 2 is, there's a couple ways we can approach step 2. First, we can go use a random number table. And I'll show you what a random number table is. Now, we're going to have to generate a sample size. That would be predetermined. How about, for our example, everyone, I'm going to get 100 students. So in my example, for this problem, 15,000 students in the population, I'm going to get a sample size of 100. And I'm working with a few you in the class, and that's what we all agreed on. Let's get 100. All right, so we're going to get 100 students. We're going to use a random number table. So, if you have your textbook, go to page 25. If you don't, I'll just walk around and hold this up and gotta look at it. Or write down page 25. Or everyone, feel free to Google random number table, and you'll just get web pages like this. It's just a bunch of numbers in it. It's just a bunch of numbers. It's a random number table. Why are there columns between them? To make it easier to read. If they jam those all together, our eyes are like, whoa. So they break them up in columns so they're easy to read. They could have broke them up into columns where they just went by 4 or by 3 or something. Someone here just chose to break them into columns and go 5 numbers and then put a column, 5 more and stuff. You could read this left to right, up, down, up, doesn't matter. But from here, we're going to generate our sample. Sound good? Now, I guess I could start in the top left corner, but I can make it more random. Maybe I'll pull out a coin out of my pocket. I pull it up and I flip it up in the air when the coin falls on the page. And wherever it falls on the page, that's where I'm going to start. Okay? So let's say I do that. The coin falls in row 4, and that left number all the way in the left column. If you don't have your book, I'm going to read it to you. Here it is. So here's a number. I'm going to write it down. This is going to be the first student in my sample. It's student number 27575. Okay. And I'm going to look them up. That's going to be the first student in my sample. Cool? There's only one problem, isn't there? Everyone, where's student number 27575? What's the problem? What's the dilemma? Does anyone see it? Yeah, that's the number I got right there. I looked up column 4 is the first number, 27575. The problem is I don't have a student with what? Number 27575. You go, well, what do? I just cross it out. I go to the next number. That's all. Now I can work left to right, or I'll go up and down, right? And everyone, if these numbers were what, 6 digits long or something, or only I would go by 3s or by 6s. But in this case, I'm always going by 5 digits long, right? Because it can get up to. Do you agree? All the numbers can get up to 5 digits long. You can even think of that one as a look 0 0 0. You can think of it like that. If I looked in this table and I saw the number that popped up was 00001, I'm calling Dan Abel, right? By the way, that's how we still get in touch with them. Maybe they got a cell phone number. You call them on the cell phone. It's still the way to get in touch with people. All right. Landlines too. Those are going away, but there's still some people still have the landline phone. All right, I'm going to go left to right, everyone. Here's our 275. The next number is 04429. Now, is that in the list? You bet. So, everyone, student number 04429. Edwards. Donna Edwards. I'm calling Donna Edwards, right? I'm calling Donna Edwards. Get in touch to ask this question. I got one, right? Now, I've got 99 more people to find, don't I? What do? I just keep going. I just continue the process. If I get numbers that don't work, I just do what? And you're probably going to get a lot of crossouts, aren't you? That's what I mean. Get used to that if you use the number table. Now the good news is, there is another way. So I'm going to put or. Because it is the year 2016, and we do have technology, right? So you can also use a random number generator. You can use a random number generator. A random number generator. That's a lot more fun. And when you can Google that too, you get web pages, random number generator. Give me a random number and you put in 1, and they have another box, between 1 and a million. You put 1 million, it's going to generate a random number or multiple random numbers between those. I do want to point out that this is not truly random. They call it pseudo-random. You go, why? Because it's generated by somebody's math program. Someone wrote a program to make the numbers kind of what? Bounce around, right? But somehow it's just going through some program, so it's not a truly random. But I'll tell you this, for our circumstances, whatever we're doing, it's random enough. Does that make sense? Does it? Yeah, it's random enough. Heck, it's easy. I just punch the numbers in, it's going to put all these random numbers. It's random enough. So with your TI-83 and 84, does everyone have one? If you don't have a TI-83 84, I encourage you to get one. Some are newer models. TI-83 is fine. The new TI-84s look really fancy and nice. So when we go through things, they have a different setup on the account, and I'll let you know about that. So I'm going to use the random number generator right off the checklist. I'll get mine out. Any questions? I got videos in Canvas. Lots of TI-83 84 videos if you're curious about doing this stuff. If someone in this course prefers to use Microsoft Excel, let me know. That would only require you'd probably have to bring in your laptop every day. Hey, maybe you like that. Maybe you have a laptop and you prefer to use that. So that goes for anybody. If there's a student in here who prefers Microsoft Excel over using this thing, because you love Excel, that's totally fine. This will do it all. So what I'm going to do is clear screen. Can everyone see that? Should I hit the switch? I'll get your view. What do you think? Hit the switch? I'm going to hit the switch, all right? Just don't want to put you to sleep. All right. That's a little show off. All right, I'm going to go to the math button. Ooh. Math. Is that showing up? I hope so. Dark enough. I bet you can make it a little darker. That's a lot better. All right, so I go to the math button. Then I use the right arrow. And I'm arrow to the right to PRB. PRB stands for probability. Get that in chapter 5. It's number 5. Everyone see number 5? I'm going to go down to number 5 there. Whoops. Sorry about that. Let me get back to PRB. I'm going to go back to number 5. It says randint. I hit enter. I need a random integer between 1 and what? 15,000? Mm-hmm. So I hit 1. I hit the comma. It's above 7. So if you're like, where's the comma button? It's sitting right above 7. And I put 15,000. And I just hit enter. Oh, and then I hit enter again. And then I hit enter again. And I do this 100 times until I get my what? All the people over here, and I give them phone calls, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, don't you agree some people don't answer the phone? I don't. If I don't recognize a phone number, I am not answering. I am not picking up. So they try again. They try again. You know, try that. Maybe they go after like 5 times. Maybe they might have to move to someone else. That's exactly what happens. But we'll get a random sample of 100 people in this case. So you keep hitting. By the way, sometimes you can get a repeat number. You can get a repeat number in here. And so if that happens, just cross it out. It's a lot more fun though this way, right? And there's websites for this too. You go, is that truly random? Nah, it's pseudo-random because these computer programs like this one, it has a seed. Like a seed of a tree. You had a seed and the tree did what? Went like this. These programs started with some seed and off that number it started doing its what? Bounce around. Boop, 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 boop. So if you're like, can I change a seed? Yep, there's directions in the book how to change a seed. Do you need to be concerned with changing a seed? Not for my course. You know, I know this isn't a computer programming course, but if you use this a lot, I would be like, hey, you might want to change your seed a little bit, right? Like at the end of this course, I'm going to give everyone a chance to be exempt from the final. I'll let you play a little Keno game. And I'll probably use this to generate my numbers. Well then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to change my seed. Because if I don't, someone knows my seed, they can pretty much get an idea what numbers might pop up.
So we keep doing that like 15,000 times, or just?
But you wouldn't do it 15,000 times, because for your sample, remember we have 15,000 population, but we only wanted to generate a sample of 100.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to do that 100 times. Hey, it'd be a lot quicker than this way, huh?
Yeah.
With the cross out and cross out. Random enough. I just wanted to get, I wanted to get 100 of these randomly. It would work. True? And sometimes you get a repeat number. All right, cross it out. Maybe this one comes up twice. Like, cross it out, get another one. And you eventually what? Just get... There's websites you can get it to print out 100 right away. 100 at once. But I can just keep it in there. Oh, call student number 2622. Cool. Hey, so you could change the seed on this thing, but that involves... I'll go back to that button. Number 1, everyone see this number 1 thing? You wouldn't have to hit that unless you wanted to change your seed. You want to use this a lot for something else, or doing something. You could change the seed of that, but not important here, right? If anybody wants to change it, the directions are in the book, or you can ask me. I don't want to make you go through this. But like, this isn't a computer programming course, right? It's random up. Plus, there's some good websites on there. All right, hey, real quick for the test. For that problem, what do I like to do? Me, personally, I actually like to, make that question a multiple choice question. Right here. Because, think about it, everyone, maybe I designed a test. Couldn't someone just walk in, they missed the first day of class, just start writing a bunch of numbers down? And make them up, right? So I like to assess, does the student really understand simple random sampling? So I'm going to erase this. I'm going to make up a little multiple choice question here, everyone. You got to tell me which one's the proper one, all right? All right. Which one of these is simple random sampling? Like, what do you call it? The food court, the cafeteria over here in the Sun Building? Maybe I'm going to ask a question about that.